Alrighty, good morning everyone, and welcome back to another week of Hippo Cup the 8th. It is time to head into the quarterfinals. Bright and early here on this gorgeous Saturday morning, I must say. Sunny and not too cold, at least here. Hope everybody's experiencing the same lovely weather that we are. As we get into proceedings, starting off our first match of the day, losers bracket, a matchup between Worldwide Choppers and LBR1. This was a not so surprising team to see here, and a surprising team to see here, I suppose. Worldwide Choppers last week lost 6-2 against Dadunai. While that Chinese team is, of course, quite strong, I don't think anybody really anticipated Worldwide Choppers to only be able to muster up 2 points against them in that best of 11. A bit of an underperformance from one of the teams, very near the top of the seeding. Of course, Worldwide Choppers, the number 4 overall seed, so it was pretty surprising, I think, to just about everyone to see them upset like that. Meanwhile, LBR1, they're one of the lower seeds to make it into the bracket stage. I think they are the second lowest seed to get into the bracket stage at number 28, and they, for their trouble, were rewarded with a match against the top overall seed, John Porler, which they unsurprisingly went on to lose 6-0. Really no shame in that. Top seed is top seed for a reason. And I think LBR1, based on what we saw in group stage, is really a better team than, a 6-0 would indicate. So, two teams with kind of different approaches to these matches, right? Worldwide Choppers, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, perhaps, after that loss last week. Going to be out to prove something here in losers. Whereas LBR1, just trying to hold their heads high and kind of do the best they can as they move forward. We get underway with the bans very quickly. It's 3 free mod bans, getting rid of free mods 4 and 1 for LBR1. Free mod 3 banned by Worldwide Choppers. Hard Rock 3, the only ban outside of the free mod pool. A little disappointing. I like some of these free mods in this quarterfinals pool. But it does leave out free mod 2, so maybe that'll get played at some point. Yeah, Alti free mod available still. A little sad. I like all of the other 3 that they that they banned. It's a shame, but I guess such is life, right? And we'll be getting into this one here shortly. It's going to be the first pick to Worldwide Choppers. Their captain Fie, alongside Mindfrost ID Cetus, Nissan Scylla, Jackpax, Markram, Lucrece, and Genex. The other side here, Captain Uzer for LBR1, joined by Shade VR, Alspur05, Papasana, Slimwish, Endura, Fragrance of Page, that's Revexi, of course, In Chains, and Flovers. Flover 1SS, I'm just going to call him Flovers, probably. As I am drinking a very disappointing cup of coffee to get things going this morning. We're going to be starting off with Nomad 7 right off the bat. That is the large circle. The large circle in the Nomad pool. This is a very interesting map. It's all about the pattern aim, right? The geometric and the linear patterns strewn throughout this map are very unique, quite unusual. The sort of stuff that you don't really see very often, right? It's not the sort of thing that the ranked section is usually going to have too much of, but it is a very cool type of map to see in a tournament, and it's where we're going to be starting this match off. Why does this only say we have 7 viewers? What is going on? Where are the viewers today? I'm surprised. Maybe it's just too early in the morning. If you're from the Americas, 8:30 a.m. At the latest. Well, no, if you're from North America, it's 8:30 a.m. Unless you're from, I guess you could be from Nova Scotia, which is like another half hour forward or hour forward or whatever. But yeah. Excited to see how this one goes. I think Worldwide Choppers are going to be the pretty heavy favorites in this match, but, you know, they were the favorites last week, too. I think they were, you know, expected to win against Da Dunai, and, well, we saw how that went. So, we'll see if they can awaken from their slumber in the match today. Loser of this, of course, eliminated. So, gotta be on your tip-top shape. Gotta be on your toes. Gotta be on your game. See GLHF, but I'm pretty sure we're not actually ready because Pelmeshki does not have 4 members in the lobby. There they are. So it looks like we are set to go. It's going to be Fie, Genex, Blue Crease, Markram, Alsper, Ruvexi, Papasanas, and Plovers. So hopefully we get underway. It seems like Bancho always has the problems on Saturday and Sunday, right? Like, there's probably the most people online at that time, but it's also like when all the tournaments are going on, so it's really not great. But we're gonna get underway here. It'll be map number 1. It is a mere minute 32 seconds long, but you gotta be ready for some really awkward patterns to aim. So we'll see Fie and Markram on the hiddens for Worldwide Choppers, Alsper and Ruvexi on the hiddens for Pelmeshki, and that is a little out on the hit sounds. Let me drop that one more. There we go. And this is a sort of map where, you know, if you miss in one of these patterns, you could just chain miss. Like, you just see all over the place. You see one red X, you're going to see quite a few a lot of the time. So hold as best you can through as much as you can and just pray to whatever gods of aim may serve you that day, that they will guard you and guide you and bless the work of your hands. And it's Fie and Markram putting on a show here for Worldwide Choppers in the early goings. Anyway, are those spinners hittable, by the way? I'm not actually sure if those spinners are hittable. I looked at them last night and I was like, I don't think you can 300 those. Maybe with an auto spinner, but not a human being. And this is Worldwide Choppers with a pretty big lead. Fie and Markram as well as Lucrece all on some large combo. Not really much to speak of for Pelmeshki, so the first pick working out pretty well here for the higher seeds. That pattern is disgustingly brutal, and Fie, Lucrece, and Markram all hit it. Alright, man. That's pretty cool. So we'll head into the last few seconds of the map, and it's just going to be it. Very solid opening win for Worldwide Choppers. Really good first pick here. Winning by 6 million or more. And, you know, that's what happens when you first pick a map that is quite binary, where some people are going to be comfortable on it and some just absolutely are not. 3 B ranks and a low A rank for Pelmeshki, 4 A ranks, including a couple 400, 500 combos for Worldwide Choppers. Ruvexi saying rigged map pool. I fear that this is not a rigged map pool. But, you know. But, yep, very good first pick here for Worldwide Choppers. We'll see if Pelmeshki can answer. Talking about no speed maps and no mod, I mean, that's kind of Hippo Cup. I frankly, you don't come to this tournament expecting slot pooling, so I don't want to say I have no sympathy, because obviously it sucks if your skill set isn't represented in a way that you feel is, you know, best serves your team's goals. But, this is not just a bog standard tournament, so, you know, kind of just is what it is. And we are going to head into DT1 as the first pick here from Pelmeshki. It's 240 BPM, minute and a half, Ice Call Air 10.2. So we're going to jump right into some high AR here. A little finger control stamina, some some bursts. Also some kind of awkward rhythms in this. Got to be on the lookout for.
Tomoshiki said they were upset at the no speed and no mod, so they go right into a speedy DT.
They'll have a few different options in this DT pool, really. They've got DT1, DT2, DT4. So they have choices. You know, obviously free mod 3 got banned out, so they don't have that tapping map in the free mod pool. If you have Hard Rock 3, it's not a speed map, but it is, you know, a tapping map. So they'll have, you know, if the tapping goes well for them, they will have a few options. They just won't be in the no mod pool. Let battle commence. The song's also just a banger. And it looks like we are going to be set to go here. We have Nissan and Mindfrost coming in to join Fia and Lucrece. Alsper, Vexi, Papasanis, Flovers for pellMeshki. And we'll see if the latter team can put their first point on the board with their own opening pick of the match. They wanted speed. They're getting kind of speed. I do think that this may be a skill set that will go well for them, but we will see. These maps do get quite difficult quite fast, of course, in these Hippo Cup pools, so you do start having the skill cap coming into play, and there are some awkward patterns in this that are easy to break on these you kind of double slider kick sliders and stuff are where you kind of need to get the combo established. We see a couple early breaks. Alsper, Flovers, Mindfrost, all missing before we get to kind of the meat and potatoes, the bones of the map, the meat and potatoes of the map. Phrasing. And for now, it's Worldwide Choppers to hold on to a little bit of a lead. Vexi, Papasanis looking quite good. Flovers and Alsper both recovering, as is Mindfrost, so gonna be okay. But Papasanis with another break. Not what we want to see, especially with Vexi following it up. That is bad news for pellMeshki as they lose their FCs, and they may have just lost the map. Fia, Nissan, and Lucrece all holding. There goes Alsper. No real combo other than Flovers for pellMeshki, and Worldwide Choppers now just going to run away with this one. Quarter of the map to go. Some awkward sliders and bursts here before we head into the ending pattern of the map. Here we are. Nissan and Lucrece to fall, but Fia and Mindfrost holding strong. 99.3 act for Fia. This is really impressive stuff from him. Mindfrost likewise with a great recovery. And again, pellMeshki just not able to accomplish much on this pick, unfortunately. Will Fia lock out this FC? Yes, he will. That's a really strong play from Fia. Remarkably well done. A 98.97 accuracy. Just one slider and dropped. That would be probably top 10 on the map without no fail. That'd be right in that vicinity. That 100 was pretty late on, did drop a little bit back at the end, so depending on where other players dropped back, hard to say for sure. But that'd be pretty high up there in the rankings. That's a really impressive play to see right in a tournament, so well done. Well done to Worldwide Choppers. They get the break point, 2-0 lead, and they will head straight into the instant No Mod 3 pick. There was no time wasted there. The first of several alt picks in the No Mod pool. Well, kind of alt. It's 176 BPM. It's like, it's not alt, but you know, it kind of feels like alt. It's like flow, aim control, finger control stuff. And it's Daramok, so you know kind of what you're getting yourself into, I think, there. If this goes well, they've got Nomad 4. They've got Nomad 5. I mean, there's a lot of options for you in this pool if a map like this feels good. We have players, we have a map, we've got a match to continue here. Third pick, Nomad 3, Worldwide Choppers heading in with Markram, Jackpax, Lucrease, and Scylla. pelmeshki run it, Alsper, Rebexi, Papasanas, and Endura. Down the quick break point, so it's Worldwide Choppers here to try to consolidate. And they will find themselves in a very good place in this match early on already if they can win this one. As you can see, you know, it's a little too high BPM to be alt since 176. This is kind of just tapping aim control on some really awkward patterns. It's Alsper and Endura to fall, matching Scylla, Lucrease, Papasanas, Fragrance Page all go down on the wiggles. And this is the sort of thing where Markram is actually just terrifying, as you see him holding the FC with hidden on. Jackpax likewise to match. The patterning in this, the aim control you have to have on this map is ridiculous, especially with the things like those perfect stacks and overlaps and stuff. Absolutely brutal. And then you see, you know, even some of the wider space bursts coming in. I mean, this is just tough. I feel the difficulty jump between round of 16 and quarterfinals this year is pretty major. This pool feels a lot harder than the last pool, but maybe that's just me. It's working out for Worldwide Choppers, though. It's a big lead. They've got Lucrease on a combo. Not anymore. I was going to say, yeah, they got everybody on some combo here. Now it's Scylla and Markram. Big flow pattern, big little rhythm change. Big little rhythm change? Well, the spacing is big, the rhythm change is little. So it kind of makes sense, I promise, in my head. Man, Markram just made that look easy. Markram's just making this map look easy. He's such a cheat code in Hippo Cup for so many maps. Like a hidden specialist who's as good at like kind of awkward stuff as he is. Very, very valuable player for this tournament. Has proven it kind of time and again. It feels like every year he plays this tournament, he puts on a show somewhere along the line. He'll have some just crazy maps. Shoutouts really to all of Worldwide Choppers, though. Just a good team score. I believe all 4 of their scores are going to be better than anyone on pelmeshki here, and they're going to win it by 9 million. And yeah, Markram with the 800s, 3 misses, over 99 accuracy. I mean, what can you do? This is a scary looking team. This is a much better iteration of Worldwide Choppers than we saw last week, to be sure. Already in this match, taking a quick 3-0 lead. They've got the breakpoint consolidated, and it's in dominant fashion on these early picks. I mean, just not even close. So we'll see if that run can continue, as there is a lot of match left to go in a best of 13. But they're starting off strong here for sure. pelmeshki, gotta find an answer. Their attempt is going to be DT2, so we're going to go Ghost Lead, which is another kind of tapping forward DT pick. 250 BPM on this one, or 10.3. Got some nice long bursts, got some of that kind of older style aim, as you would anticipate from a map from 2012. This is definitely, you know, one for the tapping players, but one for the tapping players who are comfortable with that era of aim, because it's not, you know, it's not the super early, like the 2007, 2008, where it's just all linear grid snap, but it's also not like the 2000, you know, it's not as refined as like 2014, and it's definitely not as comfortable as anything 2017 plus. Like 2011, 2012 was kind of right in between phases, but you're starting to see kind of that slightly less comfortable aim styling, and some kind of weird rhythm choices as well, right? You saw a lot of picks where you saw a lot of maps where there's just rhythm gaps. Whereas modern maps you'd see filler rhythm put in to have more active tapping. There's just kind of spaces and stuff and changes in what they were choosing the map to. And it works in the context of its time, but you know, you have to be prepared for it. You have to know what you're getting yourself into. A lot more Russian in the chat. I would like to think that that's all appropriate. Unfortunately, insofar as I do not speak or read Russian, I cannot confirm. But we have Nissan Cetus, Lucrease, Mindfrost for Worldwide Choppers, Uzer, Revexi, Endura, and Shade VR for Pelmeshki. So some change up of the roster on that side. The first little phase of the map. It's early breaks from Uzer and from Revexi. Still a four-way for Worldwide Choppers. You kind of see, like, there's just like random breaks in maps like this. I don't know. It's what they just did in the olden days. There's just Worldwide Choppers. Just once more, looking good. This map a little bit more straightforward, I feel, than some of the others. Certainly more straightforward than Nomad 3 was. So everybody in the lobby kind of having a better time. Uzer and Revexi are recovering quite well, so there's room here. Oh my gosh, right as I say that, it's a double reset from those two. Lucrease and Nissan go down on the long stream in this middle section. Very challenging long portion, but it's a full reset from Pelmeshki, and Mindfrost holds on. And 6 million scorer lead is going to be pretty comfortable here for Worldwide Choppers. Mindfrost with the full combo heading into the ending here. Will he hold on through the last little section of map to drop the FC? Looks like he will. Here we are. Mindfrost ID drops the full combo. Worldwide Choppers drop the 28 million team score, and that is a comfy win once again. 9 million the lead, and just a good, solid team score, but Mindfrost, the really impressive one, drops the FC. 6 million score from Nissan, just shy of 6 million from Cetus with the S rank. And, well, Worldwide Choppers is looking good, man. Not a lot you can say. Not a lot you can do. So far through this match, they're just showing that they're the better team. You know, decent scores there from Endura and from Shade VR. 6 mil and just 5.5 mil. But you know, the overall team score from Worldwide Choppers is just really, really good. So halfway home. Past halfway home, I guess, our Worldwide Choppers now. 4-0 lead with double break advantage in this best of 13 matchup. And it's going to be... Is it 3-2?
I don't think there's pretty much to pick. Yeah, it's gonna be Nomad 5 will be the pick here. So we will go Igaku. Back to the Nomad pool. Worldwide Choppers, another one of these pretty short Nomad picks. I hope you like kick slider jumps, because that's what this map is going to give to you. It is all about the kick slider jumps. It's like the 4-note kick slider jump patterns are banging. And some awkward sliders as well, so. Typical, kind of late round. Is quarterfinals late round? Discuss amongst yourselves. Late round Hippo Cup pooling here. I think I would like this more if it didn't have the vocals that it does, but you know, it's fine. Match gets really out of hand here for pellMeLLIKu if they can't get a break point back real fast. Gotta do that pretty much immediately here. You go down 5-0, I mean, you're just in a rough spot, right? I don't know how many people gave them much of a chance in this match in the first place, in all honesty, and I don't say that to try to be rude, I just say that because Worldwide Choppers is a super strong team, and I hope that pellMeLLIKu knows that, because you get through groups in this tournament, you obviously don't suck by any stretch of the imagination, but some of these top teams are just really good. And this is Worldwide Choppers, you know, playing at the level you would anticipate from them as compared to last week, which was obviously a step below their expectations and their capabilities. Jelly Chef's coming out. Looks like we should be set to go here. We got Fiat, Jackpacks, Markram, Scylla, Alsper, Flovers, Endura, and Shade VR. I don't want to say this feels like a must-win for pellMeLLIKu, but as I said, you know, you just don't want to go down 5-0. It doesn't matter. Best of 11, best of 13, whatever, man. You just don't want to go down 5-0. So we'll see what they can do on this pick. This is notably AR8, so you're going to have a little reading component to it. We'll see how the players handle that. There are some stack notes and overlaps that you've got to be aware of and be ready for. Will be that early break from Endura. Alsper to follow next. This one, another of these short picks in the Nomad pool, right? Minute 48 seconds. I just realized that the Nomad pool is almost perfectly descending by length. The only outlier is Nomad 7, which is 5 seconds longer than Nomad 6. Dang. Hey, look, kick slider jumps. We Shade VR to drop, everybody else hits. And into the Ki we go. With these kind of awkward slider patterns that I talked about. The kick slider jumps into the longer sliders. Just got to be controlled through them all. And then you got to make sure you get through the kick slider jump quads precisely and on point. And all the players doing so. But there go Alsper and Endura on that little flow pattern. Flovers as well. Endura did not break. Thank you, Banjo. Markram the first to break for Worldwide Choppers, but they're holding the triple FC. It's a bop. Alsper dancing with the cursor. I feel that. I respect it. How much do you have Endura and Shade VR? Nope, just Shade VR on some combo. Alright, Jackpacks does follow the flow pattern. Unfortunately for pellMeLLIKu, so do all of them. There or just before. And yeah, that little weird thing, I don't know what that sample is in the music, but it throws a little bit of a wrench in the gears for a lot of players missing. But this VA is still holding on the side of Worldwide Choppers. FC is locked in so far, just the last pattern to come here. There's some tricky spots at the end, and they catch him out, unfortunately. No FC will be forthcoming, but it will be the top score in the lobby.
And another point on the board for Worldwide Choppers, 5-0 very quickly, half hour into this one, and they are 2 points from the finish line. A potential sweep in the making, we will see. S ranks on Markham and Flowers. So honestly, S ranks are pretty impressive on that map because there are some patterns that are very easy to actually miss on, not just slider break on. So pretty cool to see a couple of 0 missed plays in the lobby. Just a couple of 1 misses there from Fie and Scylla as well. But Pelmeshki just not having the greatest of time, it appears, in this match or on this pool. This lead starting to look insurmountable here. 5-0 for Worldwide Choppers. Just going to be very tough to do anything against that if you are this Russian squad. So they will have guaranteed at least 1 more pick here. Well, rushing with 2 non-Russian members. I should specify, of course, they have a Kazakh member and where's the other one from? Colors. Have to go check. And they're going to go DT4. Kind of anticipated that this might happen eventually. A team talking about wanting speed going into the high BPM pick in the DT pool. This is 292 BPM, very fast. Less than a minute long. 57 seconds, just, you know, kind of pure speed for a minute, and then you're done. Get in, get out, get on your way. With or without the point in your back pocket will be the question. Absolute banger in the pool, this one. Really, really cool song. Neat map. Quite challenging, of course. That high BPM, the bursts, sliders, it's a tough one for sure. So we'll see how the players fare on really the toughest, in terms of like raw tapping speed requirement, toughest tapping map in the pool. And it looks like we should be set to go here. As mentioned, this could be the last pick in this match for Pelmeshki. If they lose it, it'll be match point Worldwide Choppers heading into their own next pick. So it's kind of do or die to try to get a point on the board here. And we'll see if they can do it. So you've got Nissan Fie, Lucre Cetis, Uzer Revexi, Endura, and Papasanis. And it's just instant challenging tapping, and it's going to get the early combos from Mel to Pelmeshki. Revexi, Papasanis, and Endura all falling in the intro. Fie the first fall for Worldwide Choppers, but Triple FC held by the rest of the team. No, down goes Nissan, but down goes Uzer as well. So FFC is on Lucrece and Cetis. You've got a combo on Endura, a little bit of backing combo on Papasanis as well. We'll see what they can make out of the rest of this map as they kind of maybe get a little comfort level established with it. But down goes everyone from Pelmeshki, and their chances are just falling by the wayside, unfortunately, here on this pick. Halfway through, it's a 1.2 million score lead for Worldwide Choppers. Lucrece and Cetis still holding on to the FCs. Speed up comes. Into the long burst, they both make it through. And into the back half we go with these really challenging burst and kick slider patterns. You're going to see some breaks here. Pelmeshki holding on multiple members, but not any longer as they full reset for Worldwide Choppers as well. And that is just going to do it for this pick. It's going to be Worldwide Choppers, another one on the trot. 6th map in a row. And we have reached match points. It is not GG well played. It is best of 13. It is not yet GG well played. He is gone, even though the match isn't over. My guy, this is best of 13. It says best of 13 in the score line. every single map, when they say current score whatever to whatever, it says best of 13 at the end of that. Come on, guys. It says best of 13 on the schedule sheet. It says best of 13 on the forum post. It said best of 13 in the everyone announcement. Come on, man. What more can I do? I put it so many places. I did everything I could for you guys. Come on. What do you want me to do? The seating was a little bit rigged. I mean, it's random group draws, and you quote-unquote should have been against the you quote-unquote should have been against the number 21 seed, but the number 4 seed lost to them. I don't know. I mean, this is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna get a possible last pick here of Wright, which is my absolute GOAT. I love this map so much. The lore on this map, of course, is that it has been around since, I don't know, 2017? The end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Uploaded by Corum, the Hard Rock hero himself. In the description, mapped by Digital Hypno. Absolute banger. Finally got loved. Just last July. I was waiting on this to get loved for a really long time, and it finally happened. It is stamina tapping. I mean, it's just circles. Just make circles around your screen and tap to them for a couple minutes straight. I remember. So back in 2018, this was a warm-up like all the time. When warm-ups were still a thing, people would pick this as warm-up like nonstop. And it looked really hard. And I gotta think that nowadays it isn't probably quite so difficult to players as it was back then. So I'm very curious to see it played in a match and see how it goes. Because like this was actually just straight up hard 6 years ago, right? The skill level has come a long way, so we'll see how everybody does. You've got Jackpax, VA, Lucrease, Markham looking to close it out here with a 7-0 sweep against Revexi, Papasanis, Endura, and Alsper with the 0-7, the salute in the smoke. Doesn't think they're going to be getting a point here, but you never know. He and Endura do go down. And there go Revexi and Papasanis. Jackpax trades 1, but doesn't really matter. VA, Markham, and Lucrease holding on. And you'll see, you know, it's a lot of bursts, buzz sliders, as you kind of anticipate to this sort of break course stuff. And just bursts, a couple more space, some awkward little slider patterns. Big space stream there, catches out a lot of players. And, well, it's a 6 million score lead for Worldwide Chopper, so maybe that 0-7 from Alsper was accurate, unfortunately. VA Lucrease still holding the FC just about halfway through. It's been a very impressive match for many members of Worldwide Choppers. You gotta say, just a really, really good performance from several members on that team. VA has dropped some crazy scores. Lucrease has dropped some really good scores. Markram has dropped some really good scores. I mean, just everybody's been contributing from this team. This was exactly not what we saw from Worldwide Choppers last week, and fortunately, recovering their level this week. And Pelmeshki, for their part, you know, you put your best foot forward and you're just a little overmatched. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the story here. Obviously, doing the best they can, but they're just up against better opposition, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. You know, I think they can be proud of having gotten through groups in a pretty challenging group with some really good teams. managed to get through there. But once these pools scale up into the bracket stage, especially, you know, you get the quarterfinals onward, the skill cap really comes into play quickly in this tournament. And unfortunately, you know, you've got kind of super teams of the rank range, like they played last week in John Porler, this week here with Worldwide Choppers, you know, who are playing like the team we were expecting them to play like. It's just going to be a tough ask. And this is kind of what happens sometimes in such matchups, unfortunately. So it's a 7-0 final scoreline in favor of Worldwide Choppers. First match of the week does result in a clean sweep. A really good team performance. A 1v4 there from Lucrece, just playing magnificently. And it'll be a comfy win for them as they eliminate LBR1, who will be going home here. They did their best, and that is all we can ever hope for, but they were outmatched on this day. Worldwide Choppers looking strong into losers round 2 next week on that semifinals pool. They will be facing off against the loser of the match tomorrow between -45 versus -45 and Battle of HK. So that will be one to watch out for. Loser of that one, their next opponent for Worldwide Choppers. LBR1 will head home here in top 16 placing. That will do it for this match. A little quicker than expected with this being best of 13. I don't know that we anticipate it being 45 minutes long only, so we will have a bit of a break now. We will have from now until the hour, so about 45 minutes. That'll be our next match. At 15 UTC, we will be seeing the first of our winners bracket quarterfinals for the week. And it will be the teams that these two teams played. Da Dunai, who took out Worldwide Choppers last week, will be facing off against John Porler, who took out LBR1 last week. So some nice continuity for the next match. Again, that's 45 minutes from now, 15 UTC. Hope to see you guys there. Go, you know, grab some breakfast, some lunch, an afternoon snack, whatever time it may be for you. And we'll see you on the other side of a 45-minute break here as Hippo Cup 8 quarterfinals weekend rolls onward right after this.